What's good with you, YouTube? It's your boy Pepperless in the building. Today I got a story time for y'all about my first time getting high. Everybody's first time should be a banger, so I'm about to have some UFC gameplay in the background for y'all, and we about to get straight into the video. Alright, so this story is going to take place my junior year. My junior year was the first year I went back to my hometown. I'm from Atlanta, but I've stayed in California since I was a little kid, and all my family's in Atlanta. So junior year was basically the first time I was about to be back around my family. And my brother said he was gonna go out of town that week because he had to go on a business trip for the place that he worked. And he said he basically needed me to watch the house and house sit, and like, cause he has dogs and everything too. So basically just watch the house for like the whole weekend that he's gone from Friday through Monday. And he was like, he's gonna pay me a little bit amount, like 50 or 60. And at the time I'm like 16, I'm like, I can go to a house for like, not even a house, I can go to my brother's house for 3 days and get $60. Like, of course, that's hella easy. So the houses he lived in weren't like neighborhoods. It was more like everybody had hella land, and it was like a good distance to the next house. But it wasn't like the houses were hella nice. You just had hella land at the houses. So Friday comes and I go over to his house, and he's like, all giving me the rundown of like when to feed the dogs, how much water to give them, where their food is. He's gonna come back Sunday morning, and he's like, don't throw no parties and shit. And I'm like, what's the DoorDash so I can DoorDash myself food in case I get hungry? And he's like, oh, if you get hungry, I can just send you pizza for 3 days, and like I'll send you a pizza and some a 2 liter, because I'm the only one there. It's not like anybody else there with me. I'll send you a pizza and a 2 liter. You should be good. And I'm like, bet. Like, I'm about to get paid $60 on a weekend to be alone and get some pizza. Like, it's hella good. So he leaves, and I ask him to send a pizza, and he's like, all right, the pizza's about to come in 2 hours. I was staying with my dad at the time, and I had my PlayStation, my computer, my monitors all over there on the desk. So really, it was hella easy to just pick all of that up, put it in the car, and then unload it at his house. And of course, I brought everything with me. I'm not about to just be there and doing nothing. So basically, it was like the same as being home. Like, I'm on a game. I'm about to have pizza here. I'm about to have a 2 liter, like, by myself. Like, this is a vibe. I'm 16. I'm chilling. Like, the day couldn't be any better. So my sister was living in Atlanta at the time too, and also knew I was going to be at my brother's house for the whole weekend by myself. She was like, are you going to be okay? Do you want me to come over with you and everything like that? Like, basically making sure I'm not going to be scared and everything. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's nobody even going to be over here. And she's like, her and her boyfriend DJ are going to come over later, because I was close with both of them. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, it'll just be us three. Like, that'll be hella fun. So I played a game for a little bit, and then my sister and DJ come later that night. It's probably like 10 o'clock on the first night of me being there at the time now. And it's cool. We're all having fun inside. And then they telling me like, you want to go outside and smoke? And I'm like, oh, like in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, like this is my first time like really smoking like that. Like, I had smoked before, but that doesn't really count. Like, I like hitting something and actually sitting down and like smoking, like I had never been on that type of shit. So she asked me, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna be no bitch and say no. And I'm like, yeah, like, let's do it, fuck it. And we go outside to the patio, and they had this fat ass backwood. This shit was the size of my index finger and my fucking middle finger. Like, this shit was huge. And I'm looking at this shit like, what the fuck? But I'm not saying nothing. Like, I'm not gonna let them think like I'm not no bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say nothing. So I'm chilling. And they start lighting it and passing it. We all got it in circle. And it's my turn to hit it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting my mouth all on it. My lips are all on it. Like, the first time I pull, I get it wet. And they're like, you didn't get it right. Like, that's not what you do. Like, that was terrible. Like, bring it to your mouth. I'm like, okay. I brought it to my mouth, and they said, I brought it to my mouth and did what they told me to do. And oh my God, I had never felt like this before. This feeling I was getting was like the biggest burn in my chest, but like the happiest feeling in my mind. Like, it felt like my mind was happy. Like, the thoughts I was thinking, and like I was giggly and everything was funny, and like it was amped up extreme because it had never been like this before. And I'm looking at my sister, and I'm laughing, and everything they're doing is hella funny, and they're looking back at me and they're laughing because this is their first time seeing me like be like, I am fucked up. And like, everybody's laughing at, like, both of them are laughing at me, and I'm laughing at both of them laugh at me. Like, we probably were out there for like 25 minutes just like looking at like me being high and me laughing at them for laughing at me, and they're just going in this whole circle. So we finished the smoke sesh and head inside and start playing movies. And this is just like, this is the biggest vibe right now, because it's this feeling I never felt before, but everybody made it seem like it was gonna be like terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, everybody's experience is different and stuff. Like, if you don't want to do it, then you should never do it. But if it's something that you don't really care about and it's in front of it and you choose to do it, then you'll have your own experience to it. And for me, it was just like, it was like playing life on like easy mode. Like, it was like stuff was meant to be like fun. Like, sitting down watching TV was like fun. We were watching something stupid for like Family Guy for like an hour, but watching that for like 2 hours, and then eventually they had gotten up and left, and now it's just me. So I get on the game with my friends, and I'm already hella like, I am still high, I am baked. And somewhere in this, I had told my brother I was hungry, and he had sent the pizza. It was like right after they left, my brother sends the pizza. So you know, when you first start the game and you start the PS4 or the Xbox, the first thing you're gonna do is get up and go heat up some food or whatever you got. Like, nobody sits down and starts their PlayStation or Xbox and chooses their profile, goes up to the party and joins. If you do that, you are a mental psycho. You start the game, go do something, and then come back while you're in the party, and like, so you don't have to wait for it to join everything. You know, like, everybody does that. So I'm taking my pizza to get heated up in the microwave, and I'm going over to the microwave. And mind you, at this time, it was probably 11 o'clock, 11:30. And I put my pizza in the microwave, and I put 108, exactly 108. And I start the microwave. I go back in the room, look at the game, come back, and I get the pizza out. And I never, ever, ever get the pizza out early. But this time I got the pizza out early with like 18 seconds left. So I close the pizza, go back and play the game, and I fucking smacked that pizza. That pizza got smacked on. And I'm on the game laughing like the loudest I've ever laughed with my friends. Everything's funny. And that pizza's so good. I had 2 pieces of pizza in probably like 1 minute. So I'm going, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get another piece of pizza. I go back, I'm going to use the microwave, and I put the pizza in the microwave and close the door, and I'm pressing start, and it won't start. And I'm like, why is the microwave starting? So I'm pressing start. I'm like, okay, maybe it's like his microwave's messed up, okay? So I take my pizza out and I press start, nothing. I put my pizza in and I press start, nothing. And this is my brother's house. All I had to do was come over and watch the house. How do you tell him I broke your fucking microwave? So instantly I'm already like tripping and paranoid. I start freaking the fuck out. My brother's like 6'6", 250. So it's not like he's gonna hurt me, but still, how am I gonna tell him I broke his fucking microwave? And I just start pressing, I'm trying to press random buttons on the microwave just to see if anything will happen. And I press 1, I press 2, I press 3, and like nothing's coming up. It's literally just saying 18. And it's like, it has the semicolons in the middle and it says 18. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm sitting here for 7 minutes. I just got my back against the cabinet, like just sitting back, like one foot against the other. I am hard ass thinking about what I'm gonna do. What's the next play? What do I do to get out of this situation? Because it's not even like I really broke the microwave. If I put it in and then the next time I came back it doesn't work, that didn't mean I broke it. It looks like it. So I'm like, shit. And I go up to the microwave and I press cancel. Beep. Shows the fucking time. It shows the fucking time. I'm looking at this time feeling like the stupidest man in the world right now. And I couldn't help but just laugh that shit off. Oh my God, that was the biggest sigh of relief. So I put the second set of pizza in the microwave, get it out, go back to the room. I eat the pizza, and I'm having a crazy ass night in the game with my friends. Like, everything's funny, and the shit was just crazy. But I really had thought